happy to be here. I'm glad that to have this opportunity to speak to you today on freedom. The topic today is freedom, and we're going to just keep talking a little bit until we get some traffic rolling in. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep that traffic rolling, rolling. Yep, and I get to sing. All right, this is good. Hey, welcome. Folks are starting to stream into the loving room, the Agape, Rythmia, John Jacob Mubarak, Stefan and Sylvia loving room. Here we are in our beautiful Rythmia loving room. Hey, let's start with a couple jokes. Did you hear about the guy who put a nicotine patch on his penis? Yeah, he's down to 2 butts a day. Hey! All right, wait, I got another one. What do you call a Ford Fiesta on Adderall? Ford Focus. I thought they were cute. I guess not. Okay. Can I get a little something on those? That was pretty good. I thought it was pretty good. So, all right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today's topic is freedom. Freedom. Hey, everybody. Jennifer, Nushin, Debbie. So great. Thank you for that, Jennifer. I appreciate it. So here we are today, and the topic is freedom. And I wanted to talk about this because today so much is coming up for people here at Rythmia. Taita Juanito is here this week, and people are having amazing insights and revelations. I was just talking to 3 ladies. They were outside of the cleanse, right? And hey, Jennifer Sedini, love you. They were colonic Sally. Hey, they were in a cleanse. They were outside the cleanse, and they were like very confused about what they were experiencing, right? And they're like, I'm trying to figure it out. I can't make sense of it. And this isn't work that you make sense of. It's not work that happens in your head. Up here is a faithful servant. The heart is a intuitive gift. And we've created a society. Einstein said we've created a society that has put the servant in charge of the gift. And we've got to write that relation. That's freedom. Freedom is writing that relation. And what that means is that we're not focused on what we think about things. Ram Dass says, if you want to know the truth, give up your opinions. If you want to be free, freedom is observation without judgment. So true spiritual liberation comes when we step outside of the thinking mind. Not that we jettison it, not that the thinking mind is bad, but that it is a servant to the intuitive gift. And if we want to be really free, we must give up our thinking mind for a moment. And then from that place of deep knowing, then the analytic mind can be of service to the truth. Right? But when we're stuck in our heads thinking about it, trying to figure things out, trying to make sense of things, sometimes we don't get clarity that way. Clarity comes in a different way. Clarity comes from being in flow, being in the groove. One of my favorite teachings is called Freedom in the Groove. And freedom in the groove is an expression from music, right? It's like from jazz. And so it really exemplifies what I'm talking about, that you have to be both in your heart, in the unknown, and let your mind work as well. So the example is in freedom, in the groove, in jazz, you got to study. You got to know music theory. You have to know key signatures and scales, right? You have to know some stuff. You can't just go in there and improvise. There has to be some structure. And not only that, if I'm going to jam with you, I've got to know the key signature. I got to know the time signature. I got to know the order of solos. I got to know the header. There's some stuff I have to know. But inside of that structure, infinite opportunities, infinite possibilities, improvisation, flow, freedom occurs within structure. So true freedom, our true liberation comes from us stepping outside of our thinking mind and creating a place for a divine idea to emerge. And then when that divine idea, that insight, that download, that revelation, when it occurs, then we use our analytic mind to midwife that idea into existence. But there is some magic, there's some alchemy that must occur before that can happen. And that magical thinking, that alchemical thinking, is the thinking that has us write our relationship to reality. And it comes from working with our intentions, working with our vision, working with our dreams and our aspirations, working with them, making them real, making them more real than the opposite, right? And because what we think about, we tend to bring about. What we think about, we bring about. That's a law. So this alchemical thinking, this freedom, first we must step off the hamster wheel of thought. We have to step into a deep meditative state. Being in a deep meditative state allows us to see reality with a capital R, to see that which is unchanging, that which is eternal, that which is real. And then that allows us to see the truth. And it's from that place that real thinking occurs. It's from that place that real imaginative and magical thinking occurs, because it's coming from the unknown. There's a realm of knowledge, a dimension of knowledge that says, this is what I know, right? Like, I know that I can play the piano. I know that I don't know how to play the saxophone, right? So there's what I know, there's what I know I don't know, and then there's a whole greater realm of knowledge of what I don't know I don't know. That's the realm, that's the dimension of wisdom and knowledge where real insight and revelation come from. That is new thought. That's coming from a realm outside of what we know. That's where real creativity, that's where real freedom emerges from. And as we create a space, we create this structure through meditation for that to emerge within us, then we get the insight and the download, and then we can use our analytical mind to help us midwife that into existence. How do we do that? We do that through the technology of intention, through the technology of affirmation, through the technology of repetition and positive thinking. Not positive thinking, but affirmative thinking. When we're, because I can be positive that shit sucks, right? But I'm affirming the truth that there's one source, one power, one life. Everything is unfolding for my good. Everything is happening for me. It's not happening to me. Hey, Danny. Hey, Dinah. Hey, Hasmik. Hey, Shelly. Nushin, thank you so much. So it's from that realm of the unknown where we can grab this knowledge and or receive this knowledge. And then we do our work. Then we do our work with visualization. I got the vision. Now I'm going to work with that vision. I'm going to sensorize it. I'm going to turn it into the 5 senses. How does it feel? How does it taste? How do I feel moving through it? Okay? You really want to get a sense of it. This is where you start to use your analytical mind to midwife or to husband the vision that you received from the realm of the unknown, the vision that you received from the infinite realm of all things possible. That's the quantum field of the unified field of quantum physics. And that is the realm of the divine in the metaphysical. So from that place, then we can, hey, Veronica, then we can begin doing our work. Because here's the thing. You and I and everybody on this planet, everybody who ever lived and everybody who ever will live is a unique iteration of a unified whole. Individual, the word individual means undivided from the whole. Individual means undivided. That's the root of the word. So we are all unique, undivided, and yet autonomous individual expressions of a greater whole. And there is something unique and irrepeatable about you and about me. Irrepeatable, never to be repeated again. So if you don't leave your signature, your energetic mark on this planet before you leave, it will never, ever be expressed. There'll never be another opportunity for it to be expressed as it could have been expressed through you. George Eliot, a wonderful author, once said, there's no word sadder in the English language than what could have been. And it would be very sad if you left this planet without leaving your energetic mark, without fully expressing your gifts and talents, your capacities, your insights, your wisdom. That's what we're here to do. And we're here to do it in a loving manner. We're here to perfect our loving. We're here to become more loving in our hearts, more loving towards ourselves, more loving towards others. We do this when we're fully expressed. Because when we are stymied, when we're living in a life where we feel confined and trapped, it's hard to be loving to ourselves and it's hard to be loving to others. When we are living the life that we love better than we could imagine, it's so easy to be generous to others. It's so easy to be compassionate towards others. It's so easy to be loving towards ourselves. So let's go back. Let's review what we talked about. Freedom occurs within structure. The structure that we want to create is a meditative structure in which we can look at reality with a capital R, look at the unchanging, and to dive into the realm of the unknown, the realm of what we know, what we don't know, we don't know. Completely new thinking. We create a space in our awareness through deep meditation, through our spiritual work, through prayer, through plant medicine ceremonies, through breath work, through our movement and exercise. We create a space in our contemplation. We create a space for a divine idea, an idea direct from the infinite mind to emerge within us. We catch that vision and then we work with that vision. We say yes to it. We give thanks for it, and then we sensorize it. We bring it into the realm of our senses. So we're preloading for our mind. We're preloading that vision. How does it feel? How does it taste? Who am I? What am I wearing? How am I walking? Who am I interacting with? What am I feeling? Am I in awe with life? Am I caught by the wonder and awe of the mystery and magic of life? You know, that's how we want to be walking down the street. Wow, look at that. There's a whole universe in a speck of dirt. Oh my God, right? Those are, here's the truth. Schizophrenics, actually, they're seeing what we see on plant medicine, right? Because their filter, that thing that keeps them locked in like we are, in the attractions of our physical, or in the entanglement of our physical attractions, right? I'll speak for myself. I'm so attracted to this physical world, to the physical sensations, right? We get mired in confusion that this is real. I can touch it, I can taste it, I can feel it. We think this is real, but it's changing, it's ephemeral. What's real is unchanging, right? So as schizophrenics aren't entangled in physical attraction, they're seeing the other worlds, and we call them crazy, right? But their filter, their block, that thing that blocks them from seeing, it's not there. Now, in ceremony, in meditation, we kind of remove that blockage too. And then we can see what beyond what the eyes can see and hear beyond what the ears can hear. Reverend Michael says, we're going to see the invisible, hear the unhearable, the inaudible, and do the impossible. Wow, that's a powerful statement. Thank you, Reverend Michael. Thank you, Karen. It is inspiring. Yes. So we want to attune ourselves to hearing beyond what the ears can hear and to seeing beyond what the eyes can see, so we can do beyond what we think is possible. And that is magical thinking. And we do that by catching that vision and then working with that vision daily in our prayer work, in our meditation, in our affirmations, that we're constantly working on seeing that through, on feeling it. We don't have to know how. Let the how be the wow, right? We don't have to know how it's going to occur. The how is not our business. What is our business is that we are paying close attention to our vision, to what we have received. And that is called alchemy. That is called magic. What is alchemy? The idea of alchemy is that you can convert, you can transform a base metal, lead, into gold. Well, let's just make that metaphorical. We are transforming the leaden thoughts, the heavy thoughts of not enoughness, fear, doubt, worry, I can't do it. I'm not enough, I'm not good enough, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm not smart enough. All of those heavy thoughts, we can transmute them into the golden light of awareness, of the reality, of the truth, the immensity of who we are. Wow, I'm digging this. Are you guys digging this? I'm digging it. I need to remember this. I'm gonna have to listen to it when I get done. I need to remember this, right? The truth of who we are is greater than we could ever imagine. It was said that the soul is not in the body, but the body is in the soul. What does that mean? It means that this configuration of who we are is just part of the spectrum of our fullness of our being. Think about a spectrum of light, red, right? You've got visible red. There's a range in the spectrum of light called red that we can see. And then there's infrared and ultra red and ultraviolet and all of that stuff, right? That's a whole realm of the invisible to the human eye, but it exists. We are like that. There's this visible portion of us. And then there is that energetic spectrum of who we are that is way bigger, the immensity of who we are. That is what we are tapping into when we begin to think magically, when we begin to think alchemically, by working with our affirmations, by 5 sensorizing our vision. How does it feel? How do I feel now that it's already done? Let me just preload. I have a vision, and my vision is that I'm getting to speak and teach and deliver my gifts and talents. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know if it's speaking at Rythmia. I don't know if it's speaking at other places. I don't know if it's writing a book. I don't know, but that's my vision. Now, let me see. I'm doing that. How does it feel? Oh, wow. I feel in awe with life. I'm like amazed that this is my life, that this is what I get to do. And the wonder of life, that it was an idea that I had and it came to reality. Wow. I'm so enthralled with that. I'm in such gratitude. I'm in such gratitude and awe and wonder. Oh, wow. And you know what? I feel really accomplished. I feel accomplished. I feel good, like that I'm doing what I was meant to do. Like, this is the kind of thinking that I want you to engage in when you start thinking about your vision. So your vision is a energetic expression. It's an energetic expression that you're sending out into the universe. And when you're 5 sensorizing it, when you're feeling it and touching it and tasting it, and who are you being in it, that's a magnetic attraction. So you're sending out the idea, an electrical charge, because what is your thought but an electrical unit of energy that's being sent out into the creative medium, and then your gratitude and your 5 sensorizing it is calling it back. And you're creating electromagnetic charge that literally changes reality. That is alchemical thinking. Wow, so cool. That's what we're about. That's what we're here to do. You can do it here at Rythmia with some plant medicine ceremonies. You can start now with meditation, with fellowship, with sacred study. You can take some classes. You can meet with people. You can read a good book. What are you doing? What are you doing to bring this vision to life, right? You can do all these things that are in your spiritual tool bag, your spiritual gig bag, right? And it is in this process of catching that vision, 5 sensorizing it, and living, preloading, working with it daily. It's not a one and done. You're working with it daily. And little by little, watch how your life transforms. That's it. That's it. Thank you all for your beautiful comments. Darian says, sometimes I feel like I'm God. Okay, great. Great. Here's the deal. You are, but not like, we got to be real about this. You are, we say that that man was created, or humans were created in the image and likeness of God. And we've been trying to return the favor ever since. Right? That's another Reverend Michael comment, right? That we're created in the image of likeness. What does that mean? It means that we have all of the qualities and quantities of the divine. That the divine, that the mystery of life itself is in us already. Otherwise, we wouldn't be alive. And we're a part of it. And the part contains all the qualities and quantities of the whole. So love, what are the qualities of the divine? Here are some of them: love, power, intelligence, wisdom, creativity, excellence, joy, bliss, beauty, intelligence. What am I missing? Order, balance, harmony. We can keep going. These are qualities of the divine. We have abundance. We have all of those qualities. You're powerful. You're abundant. Your body is recreating cells over and over and over and over and over again, millions and trillions of times a day. You are creating from yourself and making more of yourself. You have the power within you of creation. You eat food, and that food gets digested in your system, and it gets turned into bone and tissue and consciousness. That's magic. That's the power of the divine within you. So, Darian, when you're saying, I feel like God, you have all the qualities and quantities of God. God is everything we are, and we are a part of it. It is the sum of the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. So we have to be humble and say, I'm God, in the sense that everything that I am comes from the divine. Every quality, every quantity. I'm created from something. I didn't create myself. I was created from something. And that something that I was created from, I have all the qualities of it. So I can say, I am God. I am full of God. In fact, the word enthusiastic from the ancient Greek, in theos, means full of God. Theos is God, in theos, full of God. So I am, you are, we are full of the divine, full of God. We are a part of it, and it is everything we are. I am that which thou art that which I am, indeed. But we are creative gods. We have the power to create if we would only use it to a definite purpose. We tend to create without thinking. We tend to bring about shit that we don't want. That's called the Job effect, right? Job in the Bible, he was a wealthy man who had everything that he could want, and his greatest fear was losing it. And what did he bring about? He brought about losing everything, right? So sometimes our greatest fears can manifest in our lives. Sometimes things happen to us because we're here to learn a lesson. Our higher self will cause something to happen as a lesson. Sometimes something happens, and on the other side of it, it's a blessing. We would have never wanted to go through it, but we went through it, and now it's a blessing. Sometimes things manifest in our life because of a collective consciousness, a race consciousness. They manifest because of a collective way of being. But one way or another, things are happening in our life because we are manifesting it. We are creating it. Now, let's use that to a definite effect with our alchemical thinking, with our magical thinking. Let's know that what we think about, we bring about. So let's train our thoughts. Let's catch our thoughts and shift those when we can, right? And here, I want to tell you this. Don't get caught up in not being able to shift your thinking. The fastest way to keep yourself stuck in a loop is try and get out of it. What you resist persists, right? We've all heard that statement. So if you are feeling sad, if you're feeling down, if you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling angry, if you're feeling cynical, if you're feeling dejected, if you're feeling whatever you're feeling, allow yourself to feel that. Allow yourself to feel that way. Just be with it. In observing it, it changes. When we observe it, we get a little distance between the way we're feeling and the seat of observation. right? That's an old technique in meditation. Observe your thoughts. Who's observing the thoughts? Who's observing the observer? These are beautiful questions of contemplative meditation. Who's observing you, observing you, observing you, observing you, right? So we know that what we think about, we bring about, but then we get into like, shit, I'm thinking negative things. I'm going to ruin my life. Oh no. And then we start getting more into that loop. Right? It's okay. It's totally human. The intention is that we begin to observe. We begin to observe our thoughts. We begin to observe our feelings. And in that observation, we get a little bit of distance from them because all of a sudden, I'm not my thoughts. That's a thought. That's not me. We have thoughts. We're not our thoughts. We have a mind. We're not our mind. I have a car. I'm not my car. I get in my car. It drives me around, right? I have a body. I'm not my body. You are not your body. You are not your thoughts. That's the content of our consciousness. Who you are, who I am, is a sea of unlimited awareness. And our thoughts are like the content of that awareness. They're not the awareness itself, they're content. It's like mud in water. The mud is in the water. It looks like it's murky. It's not the water. That's mud. And what's the content of the water? Water's water. Mud's mud. Mud in the water is the content of the water. If I sit there and observe that water long enough, the mud will settle and things will become clear. So that's what I'm asking you to do when you're caught in a loop of negative thinking. Don't try to get out of it. Just observe it. I'm pissed. I'm angry. I'm frustrated. I'm overwhelmed. I'm tired. I'm sad. I'm lonely. I'm happy. I'm joyful. I'm blissful. I could think of a million things that I probably shouldn't say on this Facebook Live. Anyway, so just observe. In the act of observation, freedom emerges. So that's another freedom technology. So, man, I'm so glad you guys are digging this. I'm so grateful that you are here listening to it. I'm so grateful to have this opportunity to deliver it. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, God. Thank you, Life. Thank you, Beauty. Thank you, Rythmia. Thanks, Jerry, for letting me do this. Thank you, Stefan and Sylvia, for helping me get set up all the time. And I'm just super grateful because you know what? For me, it's been a kind of a crazy week. And I've been remarkably surprised at myself because I think a couple of years ago, I would have turned to some compulsive behaviors in order to numb myself from the amount of stress. But everything's been pretty okay. And even though there are moments where I'm like, I'm really stressed out, I've been all right, been able to handle it. And that's what's available for you too, that we have a new capacity to handle life without getting triggered by it, without being fused so closely with our emotions that we're reactive. Rather, we can respond to life. That's the key. So observation is that key. And we talked about freedom and freedom in the groove. We talked about creating structure of meditation to catch the vision. We talked about 5 sensorizing the vision and working with it. And we talked about not beating ourselves up when we don't meet the mark and just observing. I feel a little disappointed in myself. Okay, just observe it and watch the mud in that water begin to settle and you'll get clarity. Everything's working together for your good. Guess what? Everything always works out for you. Everything always works out for you. I want to leave you with that affirmation. If anything happens at any time, you pull that out of your gig bag and you say, everything always works out for me. It's true. It's going to work out. There have been times when it didn't feel like it would, and it did. So, all right, I'm going to shut up now. I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful. I hope you have a beautiful day. I'll see you guys next week. We have Monday is the conversations, Rise Up, Evolutionary Conversations. And next Thursday will be another Walking the Path. And I'm looking forward to finding out what the topic's going to be. I generally don't know until I walk in here, which is pretty cool. All right. Peace and blessings. Knowing that you are led to an ever-increasing good, to ever widening fields of awareness and an ever deeper connection with the source of all of life. Peace and blessings. Thank you.